Trump doing a bunch of stuff, y'all. Now, I don't know how y'all gonna feel about certain things that are being implemented, but I told y'all it was coming. I really think people just didn't take it serious enough to, make moves. I remember in the past, I was telling y'all, those of y'all that are, working for the government, y'all jobs are not safe, for example. I'm just saying. I was saying that y'all jobs are not safe. He coming up in there, moving furniture around. But now we got deeper. I want to play a couple of videos really quickly. And, some of y'all gonna think it's a good thing. Some of y'all gonna think it's a bad thing. I'm gonna just play it. We're gonna go from there. But yeah, and the government shut down again. But don't forget, the government was shut down the last time that he was president. Y'all remember that, right? And y'all should remember a lot of these moves that Trump did this time around so far. He did it the last time. He did it his last term. The exact same thing. Sending the militia to Chicago. He did that the last term. This time he did DC and Memphis. It was the same thing. Talking about something about to stop crime. Yeah, okay. We'll see. All right, they saying this government shutdown right now is the second longest in history. I'm getting ready to play the video.
It is day 22 of the government shutdown. That's 22 days of uncertainty for federal workers who don't know when they'll get their next paycheck. The path to reopening the government remains unclear. CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian joins us now from Capitol Hill. Nicole, what's the state of play in Congress as this shutdown drags on?
Yeah, well, this is now the second longest shutdown in history, eclipsing the one that occurred during the Clinton administration back in 1995. And we did see the Senate try yet again to vote on government funding. They took a procedural vote, but that failed yet again, pretty much with the same dynamics. Only 3 senators, 2 Democratic senators, 1 independent, who voted in favor of this House-passed continuing resolution, joining Republicans. But nonetheless, it doesn't do anything at this juncture to help reopen the government. And it actually took the Senate some time to even have that vote. And that is in part because Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley filibustered on the floor. He delivered this marathon speech, speaking for over 22 hours, eclipsing the record of the late Oregon Senator Wayne Morse. So the senator just got off the floor a short time ago and talked to reporters about how he did it. Take a listen.
I mean, long-winded can't even be.
Sip of anything. Well, I might have had a micro sip. Was breakfast on Monday morning on the plane. That was my last food too. And I wasn't really sure that it was going to work out. And I was like, I hope I'm not fasting for no reason.
So Merkley's record falls just short of Cory Booker, who, of course, earlier this year held the floor for over 25 hours. But the senator there explaining that he took a similar strategy to Cory Booker in terms of trying to dehydrate himself, not eating or drinking before holding the floor for nearly a day. But more significantly, part of this was a protest on his part against the Trump administration policies. Some Republicans criticized him for doing this, though, at a time where the government still remains shut down.
Nicole Killian, thank you. President Trump has confirmed the entire East Wing of the White House will be demolished. A significant expansion.
Okay, I'm going to play this real quick. I'm going to play this and I'm going to move on to the other part.
2 senior administration officials tell CBS News there were always plans to modernize the East Wing to enhance security and technology. But they added during the planning process that apparently became clear the entire site had to go to create space for a new ballroom. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang spoke to Brian Green, a former commissioner for the National Capital Planning Commission, about how a demolition like this typically plays out.
It's hard to see something that's such an important part of American history. This was built during 1942, built during World War II, built during, one of the most challenging moments of the war.
1942 is not that far ago.
Do the needs of a new ballroom outweigh the historic significance of the 1942 edition?
CBS News has also learned the White House will introduce an updated tour route for visitors amid the construction on the East Wing. The demolition is expected to be finished by this weekend.
Okay, I'm going to
stop. President
stop.
Trump and his legal team have asked the Justice Department to pay him about $230 million in compensation for past investigations into him. This was first reported by the New York Times.
Let me play this.
Familiar with the president's claims say one was filed in relation to the FBI and special counsel probe into alleged Russian interference during the 2016 presidential election. The second is over the FBI's search at Mar-a-Lago, which centered around Trump's handling of classified documents after he left office. The president argues his rights were infringed upon during these investigations. President Trump said yesterday he would give the money to charity.
Okay.
Vice President
Stop. All right, hold up. Stop. Because I'm going to come back to this video. Some of that stuff had nothing to do with the government shutdown, but some of it does correlate. Like, I even went over a different video showing you the Director of National Security exposing that they were investigating previous administrations that were spying on Trump and, you know, and sending some things over to Russia, and they started name dropping, and Obama was one of them. Now, the news, remember, yeah, I played that for y'all, right? And the news people were saying that, you know, they may get him for treason. Y'all remember that? Now, I don't think Obama will probably get arrested. The reason why I say that is because I remember when Donald Trump was saying that he was going to arrest Hillary and lock her up. I remember that. And then he, you know, changed his mind. He had a change of heart. I don't think Donald Trump is going to touch them. That's just my opinion. I'm going to get to this. I'm going to play this one real quick. Now, it's been 28 days. Now, remember, I played that video where they said it was 22. It's been 28 now.
Now, the American Federation of Government Employees, that's the union that represents more than 820,000 federal workers, say it's time to pass a short-term funding bill and get people back to work. Now, the union...
Keep in mind, that's what they're attacking the most. They're attacking the government workers. And what I mean by is it's the Trump administration, you know, downsizing. Y'all, this is nothing brand new. He already said what he was going to do. This was well known. We knew about this before he became president. This was a part of his agenda. Downsizing. Y'all saw the task force that he put out there. It wasn't called a task force. It was called Doge. Doge came in there and started swinging. Y'all saw that already, right? But now everybody want to panic. They want to force y'all to, you know, make it seem like it's about to affect y'all because the government is shut down. No, what affects the people is something that the government will be doing directly, you know, against the people. Now, when it comes to his federal workers, he got the option to get rid of people, just like businesses does. Like if they want to downsize, save money, budget properly for the next years to come, yeah, they will get rid of certain things that's costing them money. Because you got to think about it. Not only are you an employee of that company and they got to pay you, they got to pay the insurance of keeping you. They got to pay the insurance of keeping you around. So when you hear that a certain amount of people losing their jobs, you were forewarned a long time ago. Why are you sticking around? You know, and I'm not trying to say that, you know, I'm knocking them or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but you should have known. You had enough time to prepare yourself for the worst. You should have known that. He told you what areas he was going to hit, all that. He said it. I seen it. I got the videos. I seen it. He put it on blast. So yes, those of y'all that lost your government job and y'all, you know, I told y'all that you shouldn't be trusting the government. I've been saying that, you know, but that's crazy. He wiping it, shortening it up because they not going to need y'all. You got to look into that. The majority of those jobs are getting filled up by AI. Y'all keep forgetting that. They replacing human laborers with AI. That's why they trying to hurry up and make AI way more advanced. What y'all think AI is for? Oh, for your benefit? You thought AI was for your benefit. You really thought that AI was, you know, designed to be for your convenience. No, it's not. Why you think OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, signed a government contract with the government, not nobody else? The government, they took that government contract. Why? Because the government has the money, has the funding. When it comes to things that they need, okay? They need control. They need power. They need people's attention. They need to control the narrative as well. Because so that control thing gets a little bit deeper. Not only do they want to control the people, they want to control the narrative that controls the people. And AI makes it simple. AI simplifies everything for them. They'll be able to narrow it down based off of whatever they made the algorithm learn. And yep, they got a very good. I went live when they got that contract with the government, Department of Defense. They're using it against you, people. You gotta understand. And now ChatGPT about to come out with a browser, just like how Google is. I told y'all that ChatGPT is the new Google. I told y'all ChatGPT is the new Google. Sooner or later, that thing about to have cell phones and headsets. Watch. The government got control over TikTok now. If y'all don't know that already. The government has control over TikTok now. Watch how they change that algorithm. Watch. Look closely at TikTok's algorithm. Watch how it's going to get changed. Anything that they want you to see is going to be in the forefront. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The old days of TikTok long gone. It's been infiltrated now. The things that you want to see, you got to go look for. You know how many subscribers I got? And people still to this very day have to type my name in to look for me? You think that was done by coincidence? What? But no, they're going to use it to their advantage. AI is replacing human labor. You got to think about the end goal of what they utilize the AI for and how they can quickly get rid of the jobs and replace them. Joseph said thank you for the super chat too. You said 70% of people are about to lose their job. That's because, and go back to what Papa Duck said, that's just because it's a lot of people out there that got their nose turned up and not wanting to pay attention and calling people like me conspiracy theorists and da-da-da-da-da. No, we telling you the conspiracy, giving you a heads up before it happened, before it reached your doorstep. There's nothing wrong with what we doing. We are truth tellers, truth seekers. We nosy as hell, introverts. We want to know everything. We want to be aware because it's better to be prepared rather than repaired after the damage is already done. We got a plan for these type of things. How you going to unify and you ain't unified mentally, individually? So
President says both parties have made their point, but federal workers should not be the ones paying the price. Now, federal employees, they missed their first full paycheck last week, and many are now lining up at food banks to feed their families. And the union is calling that situation.
Now, some of y'all gonna say that some of them not gonna have a choice, Dane. Some of them did not have a choice. They couldn't get another job. And I agree with you. Some of those people probably couldn't get a job based off of their age, based off of their qualifications, okay, based off of the condition that they were in. Because of the fact that they had to show up for work every day, they never had a chance to go out to go try to get another job. But Dane, what would you say to that? What would be your solution? The solution I said before and the way I would say now is the fact that some of y'all should have been putting money to the side for a rainy day. Or some of y'all should have been putting money to the side in order for you to invest in yourself. Whatever it is that you really wanted to do, you should have been shooting for the stars and going to go get it, going to get after it. You should be dependent on you, not depending on the government, because they pulled the plug and they can continue to pull the plug because they control it. See, they want you to be dependent on the government, the food stamps. And then look how he tore that up. Snap, we'll get into it. The food stamp. They want you to be dependent on the government. They want everybody on their knees begging for more from the government. Democrat and Republican. I don't care what y'all think. It's both of them. You can't put that past them. It's both sides. They doing the same shit. That's why I don't trust neither one of them. That's me. You can disagree with me on that note. That's me. That's how I feel. But no, you should have been getting yourself together. You should have been ready, putting that money to the side. Now, we ain't got no money to be saving. Then what you working for? You working just to make a paycheck and live paycheck to paycheck? You gotta have a plan. You can't sit up there and make up excuses for everything. You gotta have a plan. You gotta come up out of that. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna be living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of my life. No, you're not. That's not what God intended for you to do. That's not what the Creator intended for you to do. You got put into this world for a reason. To make better change, to make people better, right? I mean, that's just the short side of it. It's no excuse. I don't want to hear it. Anybody can do this because the government don't got no pull. And y'all keep thinking that the government got power. No, they don't. The power is in numbers, right? But who control the numbers? People. The people. The people come together and start doing the exact same thing for themselves as the people for real. Like we the people for real. It's over with. What the government gonna do? Well, I mean, then they gonna be trying to drop bombs on us, and then you always got an excuse. You always got an excuse not to try to do something for ourselves. Always got the excuse. Lined up, ready to fire. Why I always gotta combat you for doing something for yourself, for your people, that's gonna benefit you? Why we gotta argue about that? Why is that always a debate? But yet you complaining about what Trump and his administration doing and all the rest of these politicians. You complaining. All the rest of these billionaires, zillionaires, you complaining, but what the hell are you doing? That's it. All you doing is complaining. We need to get the wheels in motion. Okay, let's get the wheels in motion. We can't just jump in a war and expect us to win without a plan. You didn't put me in, coach. You gotta have the mentality. You can't just hop out there on that brand spanking new football team and you know the playbook. You know the calls by heart. You know how to dominate that defense to score touchdowns. That don't work. It don't work like that. It don't work like that for anybody. Even the job trains you to do the job. Regardless if you had previous experience, they still training you, right? You got to learn their way, right? All the way down to the card that you got, the entry card that you got to use to get in the building. Tell me I'm lying. Just the simple things, but all of it count. Is it a big deal that this government is shut down? Yeah. Yes, it is a major deal. Is it going to affect people? Yes, it is. But just like the tariffs affect people, and y'all was hard-headed enough, didn't want to listen to me, and I told you that in turn is going to raise the prices up. And what the hell happened? We eat out and we eat in. Do you know the price of eating out and eating in are the same nowadays? It don't matter. At first, eating in was always cheaper, remember? No, it's not. Things have changed. Wake up, people. Trump was getting on Kamala for being vice president and allowed Biden's administration to raise all the prices up. Trump said we're gonna have a lot of money by the end of this year. Who is we? You know you ain't talking about the American people because you got every price up right now. Every price. And then you talking about putting sanctions on people on their oil. You know what you going to do. You know the backfire. Listen, y'all, that's a domino effect. Every time you hear the word sanction, think tax. And every time you hear the word tax, just know it's hitting you. Y'all talking about something, what they do with your tax dollars. You ain't investigate that. You just assuming. Nah, the tax dollars go to the fire department, Dane. The tax dollars go to the roads and the government doesn't know the hell it don't. There's a thing called the IMF. How are billionaires, allegedly, zillionaires, whatever you want to call them, families that are in that field economically, owning businesses, running every single bank in every country that the Europeans are overseeing, they're going to tell you that a piece of paper is a value, slap a value on it, keep reprinting it. Listen to how they did that. And you trust in the same government with these same people, and you think something gonna change because one person became president. It ain't like the Trump administration is a group of people that think and act and walk and move just like Trump. Trump got advisors. And what if I told you they ain't giving him good advice? You gonna be mad? Not all the time. But you know what? I'm gonna listen to him. He's a smart guy. He's a young guy. He's a smart. We love that guy. We're gonna push. We're gonna listen. It's over with. Him draining the swamp. It's over with. Them days gone, y'all. That's it. And the American people gonna wait and wait and wait and wait until it's too late. And I'm telling y'all, we need to do something about it now. I've been saying it because it's affecting every part of it, especially the agriculture and economically. Look at how they got the land tied up. Like, unless you get say for example, you get brand new land, right? And you don't get an easement contract to know what's going on with your land. Do you know they're allowing people to buy land that other people own or other people own a part of? For example, if I sold you some land, listen to me, this is real life. Pay attention. If I sell you some land, $250,000, if you don't get the easement agreement, and you know who owns that land and don't control no other part of it, if you don't get that, that land can be sold to you for $250,000, and a part of that land the neighbor owns, and you can't do nothing about it. After I done told you the lot number, you signed the deed, and it's too late. You can't do nothing about it. This is legal. I sold you land in that driveway, your neighbors. I sold you land and you can't look and you can't touch that driveway and you own the land. That means you don't own it. This whole system is fraudulent. We got to get rid of it. It got to be revamped. I can't wait till y'all start buying land to understand where I'm coming from. I know that flew over a lot of people's heads. They don't know about the easement agreements. I know that flew over a lot of people's heads. When you start getting there, because we got work to do. We got work to do. This is a big deal and it's beyond Trump, okay? Because y'all keep thinking, y'all thought that Trump was untouchable, man. They got him. He can't do nothing. He can't. He really can't. He can't do nothing. He got to listen to some people. Gas prices are high. Water is high. Electricity is high. Your your grocery store is sky high. Your medical bills, sky high. Ain't nothing come down yet. Some of y'all saw a drop and then another drop. Remember around that when he was campaigning, then he became president, then things slowly went back up. And look where they at right now. Where I said earlier was the food that you cook in the house used to be cheaper than you going to go out. Now it's the same price. Exact same. It ain't no different. That means prices is up. Y'all gotta pay attention. And every time he throw out a sanction, whoop, just think it's about to hit you. Straight up, it's gonna fall right back on the consumer. You preach it to the choir. I know sometimes it's gonna go in one ear and out the other, but see, this is the reason why everybody wake up at different times. I continue to be their alarm clock. Cause I didn't say this last year, the year before last, the year before last, the year before. I tried to tell them. It's just that at certain times, that's when they gonna catch it. Somebody caught it. It may not have been that person right next to you, but guaranteed the person right next to that person got it. Nah, I'm not calling our people stupid. Not at all. Our people not stupid, but some of them just not paying attention to the right things. That's unfortunate. Miss Harris, thank you for the super chat.